Hola, hello, hi, ciao, all those. Hello from all sorts of different languages. Anyway, really quick message. First of all, today is a very amazing day. The New Zealand warning is gone, removed completely. All you haters, hate this, hate that. Hate the fact that we are a legitimate company. Hate the fact that we just won in court. Hate the fact that we have proven that we're 100% legit. All you haters out there, hate on this because this is the real deal. Number two, that's this me, right? Number two, that's three, that's one, that's two. So if you don't know that, 1, 2, 3, that's how it works. So really quick, guys, very important message because I get so many questions I can't even tell you, and a lot of them are the same questions over and over again. And a lot of it's, I could tell people have doubts creeping and stuff like that, and I get it. People are fear is something when people walk into a business or whatever. There's a reason 1 to 3% of the people in the world have tremendous success while others are still trying to find the success. It all starts right there, all of it. I grew up with that mindset. I grew up with the mindset that, I was going to settle. My life was just going to be, I would be really lucky if I grew up and I had a house with a white picket fence. That was my goal. I wanted a house with a white picket fence. That's it. And a couple kids and maybe a dog. Now that I have a dog, I wish I didn't have a dog because he barks too freaking much. But I still love him. Anyway, I digress. Where was I? But as I got older, I realized there's got to be more. I can have more. I can have more. But I had to go out and do it. And I want you guys to really think about this. Let's talk about this business. The staking. If you can get to the 1 million, hey Thomas, how you doing? If you can get to the 1 million coins, not if you can, if you decide you want the 1 million, take if out. If you can get, of course you can get there. We can all get there. I can tell you this. I didn't spend a penny out of my own account to do it. I worked my butt off for 6 weeks, took all the commission I earned, and just clicked that button over and over again, and I paid 100% of those coins off of just work because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. I was challenging myself, and I didn't even give myself an option to use savings or any other money. I could have done it at any time. I could have gone in and used different money and put it in there. I didn't want to. I said, no, I'm teaching, I'm training, I'm showing the team it can be done. So I have to do it myself. And I did. I worked hard, I earned commission, boom, 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 and built a team or whatever it is. And I did it on my own. And well, I just want to say on my own. Our team did it, but what I'm saying is my hard work, I was able to essentially do this business for free. But I want you to think about this. For any of you guys thinking or having doubts or whatever, first of all, stop jumping over dollars to get to dimes. I say this all the time, but it's true. Success has a cost to it. It costs money, it costs time, it costs commitment, and it makes you change your mindset. It's all a mindset because this is an extremely inexpensive business. You're not going to find a business more inexpensive than this. Let's talk about the staking. Staking. There are kids that are 18 years old, still freckles on their faces and zits on their nose and stuff, that are making millions of dollars in cryptocurrency. They're making passive incomes every month because they stake. They live in their freaking mom's basement and they're out earning some of us who own our own basements because they stake. It's a residual income. It is a true passive income. For $149 a year, or say $9.99 a year, whatever package you decide. What if the coin goes to 1 cent? Not what if, when it goes to 1 cent, we all know it's going to exceed that. 1 penny. Do you know what your staking reward is? $1,254. What was your annual cost? $149, $9.99, $20 a month on a card. You're already ahead. If it goes to a penny, you're ahead in your business. At 1 cent. Every penny our coin goes up, you've made $10,000 plus the increase in the rewards payouts. Look at the chart I made. Because at a penny, Your coin is no longer worth the 5,000 you spent. It's worth 10,000. At 2 pennies, it's worth 20. At 3 pennies, it's worth 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, all the way up. You could take the couple $1,000s you put into the community node, and for every penny our coin goes up, you've doubled your money. Isn't that nuts? That's great. And you've earned rewards on it. And you've done this without building a team. So tell me of a better opportunity out there. And let's say, okay, here's a question for you. John, what if I just go stake this coin? Okay, great. Go stake it. Stake whatever coin you want. But does Ethereum pay you for building a team, referring others? Does Ethereum give you a card that you can swipe in 147 countries and earn on swipes? Does Ethereum give you a way to move the Ethereum to a MasterCard to swipe it, solve the problems of remittances and things? You can throw anything. Throw it at me. Throw it at me. Go for it. Throw it at me. John, what about the BitPay card? Well, does BitPay card allow you to stake and earn a passive income? No. That by itself, done. Gone. See you later, BitPay card. I'm not bashing the card. It's a cool little card. But I'm just saying, this is a complete system. There are pieces out there. Sure, I can stake this coin. I can stake whatever coin I want, as long as it's stakeable. But at the same time, what other opportunities are in those platforms if I do this versus that? We need to look at the entire picture, all of it. Hey, can I turn my Ethereum into gold and precious metals when the market stabilizes or starts going down a little bit? Can I have a gold savings account, a crypto savings account? Does Ethereum give me a G999 card, a ledger card, where I can go put everything in cold storage? Or does it give me a wallet where I can trade on multiple exchanges at once? Does it? No, it doesn't. A lot of these things will give you one aspect of what we have. One aspect. If you're a crypto enthusiast, you should be going crazy over this card. Crazy. If you're an opportunist, if you want a business opportunity, what's the best way to build a business? You help people earn more than they spend immediately, because then it takes all the risk out. It takes it away. It's gone. You can do that with the staking alone, not to mention everything else we have. But it all starts with the mindset. I have literally had conversations with people. John, the card's not in my state yet. I'm like, so what? Well, isn't that problematic? I said, it is if you think it's problematic, but no, because what does the card have to do with staking? What does the card have to do with the fact we're having a wallet that's going to communicate with multiple blockchains? What does the card have to do with the fact that we're going to add e-commerce? What does the card have to do with the fact all of these other ancillary things that we're adding to this, all these additional items, what does that have to do with the card? The answer is nothing, absolutely nothing. If you're in California, build a team. Stake. If you're in New York, stake. If you're in some of these other states that aren't quite open yet, stake. Earn a passive residual income. Earn a commission. Because this is what's going to happen. Okay, I wait. It could be months before California gets a card. New York, what if you wait and then all of a sudden you come in, okay, I'm ready to go, John. Let's do this. Now the coin's 10 cents. Now what? I want to stake 1 million coins. Well, guess what? It's going to cost you 20 times more than it would have been had you not waited. There are certain times in life that waiting will cost you money, and this is one of them. Stop waiting. Don't hesitate. This is what you ask yourself. Do we get paid commission? Yes. For those that have the card, does it work? Yes. Is this company legitimate? Yes. What happened today? New Zealand warning? Gone. That little dude in the basement, I call him Basement Boy. Basement Boy, hear me loud and clear. I saw that you pulled your video bashing on us the other day, and do you know why you pulled it? Because you saw that your little statement, when you said it was placed back on, the New Zealand warning was placed back on, was false, along with many of your other statements. People will always bash. People will always make excuses. People will always find fault in things. And those people will go to work the next morning, punch in, put their name tag on, and ask their boss if they can get a day off next week because they're tired. The people that do not make excuses, the people that just grind, that have that mindset, they get to sit in their freaking basement in front of their, what is that movie behind me? Whatever that is, a tombstone sign, anytime they want and do a live. Because they will work their own schedule on their own time. They can go to any of their sons or daughters, whatever school activities. They can do what they want when they want. They can work when they want. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. There are, in today's day and the age, with the internet, and now with cryptocurrency and platforms like this, everybody has an opportunity to be financially free. But it's an opportunity. That's all it is, an opportunity. You still have to accept it, take advantage of it. I learned a long time ago, John, you want to be financially free? Find someone who's financially free and pick their brain. Learn from that person. Do what they do, and you will become financially free. That was advice. Learn from those who have been there, done that. So that's what I did. I started following people that made money. I started following people that had a lot of success. And I just copied what they did. I learned how to do what they do. Then I started teaching it. And now I surround myself. When people say, oh my gosh, your network is massive, it's huge, how do you know all these freaking people? I said, because I attached myself to someone years ago and I learned from that person. And I watched that person. I observed that person. Then I started doing what he did. I listened to that person. And now I'm becoming that person for other people to listen to, or whatever it may be. And one of many, there are many. I am not the smartest person on this team. I can promise you that. I'm not the smartest person, not even close. There are some people on this team that are just ridiculously intelligent. But a lot of them have the same mindset. I can tell you right now, I've done a lot of different businesses over the years. The one I mentioned on the comment this morning, I borrowed $250,000. You know how scary that was? I borrowed $250,000 to build a clinic, to do a build out of a building. And then after that, I inherited $7,500 a month in rent. Then I inherited $30,000 in payroll. And then everything else I had to pay for. The break even was about $55,000 a month for an opportunity to make up to about $20,000 a month. That's maxing the clinic out. That's if I had customers all day, every day, and I filled up every room every single day, I'd make $20,000 a month. This opportunity, I can spend anywhere from $149 to $999 a year, $20 to $35 a month if I have a card, and I can potentially make millions. Which one's better? When people come to me and say, John, I want to open a brick and mortar, I say, why? Why? Unless you have a passion for what you do. Hey, if you have a passion for what you do, I love you, do it. Do it. Make it happen. Make it work. John, I want to open an e-commerce. Okay, you better have a darn good passion, and you better be ready to work your ass off on e-commerce, and you better know that the numbers, less than 2% of you will make it a year or more. And after that, less than 1% of you will make it the second year, because that's just what that business is. That's just what that business is. Those are the numbers. Those are the facts. Maybe I can give you a better opportunity. Why not attach yourself to the hottest way to make money right now in the world, cryptocurrency? It's created more millionaires than anything else. And if you're afraid of it, then come in and stake. Come in passively. Earn a passive income and give me time or my team time to train and teach you how to make more and more and more. What are you risking? I'm in the community node. Okay, let's do it. Let's make 11.99% APY on your money you put in. And for every penny we increase this coin in a deflationary model, you will double your money. Sound okay? Think about that for a minute. Sorry, somebody called me during my live. I should have a rule. No call. Somebody else just called me during my last 2 people in a row. Okay, yeah, I've got 2 phone calls to return after this. So anyway, here's the deal, guys. Come in to cryptocurrency. Whether you're a novice, whether you're a beginner, it doesn't matter. Staking is staking is staking. You can earn a passive income. And you can turn around. There's a lot of different ways to earn a lot more money in this company. And here's the cool thing. We say 11.99%. What if it doesn't fill up? What if 2,500 people don't do it? Then guess what? You may actually earn more than 11.99%. That's if it all fills up. But if there's less than 2,500 people in there, that's less people to split the pie. That means more rewards. So the lowest you will earn in the community pool is 11.99. People always ask me, which one should I do? I say, do the 1 million. What if I can't? I'm like, oh, you can. It depends on how bad you want it, whether or not you want to do it. That's entirely up to you. Well, but I have to hold it for a year. John, I have to hold it for a year. No, you don't have to hold it. You get to hold it for a year. That is simple. Like, what do you mean I get to? I'm like, well, think about it this way. We have a deflationary model. This coin is right now, we're burning 2 to 1, 2 times more than we're creating. Do you really want to sell your first year? Do you want to sell the coins when there's 16 billion, or do you want to sell the coins when there's 10 billion, 8 billion, 5 billion, 4 billion, 3 billion? As it's deflating at top, the coins are going down. The number of coins are going down. As the number of people coming in are increasing, the number of products and services that are being added to this all the time, more money coming into this community, this ecosystem. Do you really want to sell your first year? Or would you rather make a passive income? And as it increases, guess what else increases? Your payouts. Your payouts increase. No, I don't want to sell my first year. In fact, I like the fact that I have to lock it in. Why? Because I'm not tempted to sell it too soon. How many of you sold too soon in 2017? How many people had cryptocurrency 4 years ago, and had you held it and sold it yesterday, a week ago, a month ago, would be millionaires right now? How many of you? I would have made a fortune had I kept my Ripple, my EOS, and all the Cardano when I got it for less than a penny. I had to rebuy it at 25, 30 cents because I dumped a lot of it in 2018 because I was still learning crypto. I wasn't quite up to speed on it. I dumped it. I panic sold. When January 2018 came and everything just crashed and went crumbling down, I panic sold. Had I held it, I would have made a fortune. I mean a huge fortune. I had a ton of coins. I learned from that. Stake or in an ICO, hold it for a year, earn the rewards, get a passive income, then a year from now, guess what? Your principal, who knows what it could be? Who knows what it could be? Again, for every penny, it doubles. Doubles. And if it stays the same, say it never moves, it just stays the same, you're still earning the passive income, which pays you back, reimburses you for what you put in the first place. So where's the risk? When people come to me with all these excuses, I'm sorry, I love everybody. I really do. I love you. But they go in here and they go out there. You're talking to the wrong person to make excuses to. I can make every excuse in the world. Let me tell you something. I was talking to my son last night in the car and on the way back from the gym. And he asked me something. He said, Dad, when you grew up, was it hard to move so many times? I said, yeah, of course it was. I moved 19 times by the time I turned 21 years old. 19 times. I went to 5 elementary schools. I went to 3 junior highs, and I went to 4 high schools. But guess what else I did? I won 2 state wrestling championships. I was on basketball teams. I was on wrestling teams. I was on soccer teams. I was on football teams. And that's hard to do when you show up mid-season and you have to go to the coach and say, hey, coach, I'm going to try out for the team. Well, John, tryouts ended a month and a half ago. Yeah, but I'm new here. Is there any way, I can just work my butt off and prove to you that I belong on this team? No excuses. Look, coach, I'm going to prove myself to you that I can do it. Then I had to go from scratch and make this team and then make that team. Then I moved up 3 months later, and I go to do the same flipping thing in another state, in another where I knew nobody. I was a new kid at so many freaking schools it wasn't even funny. I had every excuse in the world to say, this sucks, Dad, Mom, stop freaking moving, this sucks. My friends, and say, hello, hey, friend, how nice to meet you. 3 months later, goodbye, see you later. I couldn't attach myself to anyone or anywhere because that was my life. And then I grew up, I got in my early 20s, and I remember we moved so much because my dad was looking for that big job, that great job. Well, first of all, we were in the military for a while, but here's the funny thing is we moved more after he got out of the Air Force. Maybe it was, I don't know, it was in his system to move. We moved all the freaking time. Then I got my early 20s, broke as you know what. I lived with my 2 brothers, and I was trying to figure out, what am I going to do? I had every crappy job known to man. You know how many jobs I had before I was self-employed? Over 30. Over 30 freaking jobs. 30 plus jobs before I was self-employed. I've done it, guys. I've done every, sorry for the French, every shitty job out there. I've done it. Okay? I've worked in warehouses. I've worked in, I remember the Shasta warehouse. The cans would come down the assembly line, and I had to put those little rings on the top before it came. And if I didn't do it in time, the can would fall on the floor. It would explode and spray all over me, and they would dock my pay. That was one of my jobs. I had to put paper in freaking boxes so the books don't move around, and I had to sit there and put labels on them 8 hours a day. I've had collections at Discover Card. 350 calls. We had to make a minimum of 350 calls a day. I woke up at 6 o'clock. Well, no, 5:30 every morning to get to work at 6 a.m. so I can call people on the East Coast at 8 a.m. and remind them that they owed us money so they could chew my butt out for 30 minutes on a call. Every day. I hated it. Did it for 2.5 years because I had to. I had 2 kids at the time. I had to, pay rent. I had to do everything else. I've had every freaking bad job known to man. I promise you that. Okay? But I would sit there at work, and I would sit in their jobs, and I kept telling myself, there's got to be a better way than this. There's got to be. I'm working my butt off. I hate what I do, and I'm barely making enough money to squeak by, to pay rent. And I said, there has got to be a better way than this. And I just started researching, and I started studying, and I started talking to people who had money. I talked to people who had houses. I talked to people, he has a pool in his house. He must be pretty well off. I didn't understand how it all worked back then. I was young. I said, well, how can you afford a pool? What do you do? I'd ask people, what do you do? What do you do for a living? How can you afford this nice car, this nice house? What do you do? And I would sit there, and then it finally dawned on me. Everyone had the bigger house or the nicer stuff or the most freedom. They were all self-employed. Then I thought for a second, well, how do I become self-employed? What do I need to do? What do I need to learn? Who do I need to talk to? And I just put myself out there, and I started talking to people. I talked to my uncle who was a CPA and owned a couple different businesses. Uncle Dave, what do I do? How do I do this? John, this is what you do. First of all, you tell yourself you can do it, number 1. Number 2, you decide what it is you do and freaking do it. Find a business, find a hobby, find something you're passionate about and just do it. Chase it, and don't make any excuses, just do it. Whatever that may be, find what you're passionate about, chase it, and just do it. Because this is what happens. You will be broke the first year. You will be broke the first 2 to 3 years. You will be second and third guessing yourself over and over again, and you will say, why in the hell did I listen to my Uncle Dave? That's what he told me. You will doubt yourself. You will run into obstacle after obstacle. It does not matter. Just do it. And in time, you will gain the skill set. You will gain the knowledge. You will gain the experience. And your passion will turn into money. And then it'll turn into more money and more money and more money. And it'll just keep growing and growing and growing. If you go through the first patch of it. If you just do it. So I said, well, he had all of these nice things. He had all this money. He was very successful. So I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I did. And I did. Now I got to the point where years later, every single time I join a network marketing group, I become the top earner. Like that, quickly. We always have the fastest growing team. Do you think that just happened overnight? No. Hell no. No, it took a lot. Because I had to learn. I went through. Every single one of us will run into the same obstacles. The exact same obstacles. John, support's taking too long to get back to me. I put money in Bitcoin, $300 or whatever. Now it's 270, 250, 260. Well, guess what? Bitcoin dipped. Well, what do? I don't know. You put more in. You just do it. You just make it happen. You make it work. Because if the market comes down, it comes down on all of us. There's nothing I can do to change it. It happens to all of us. It's how we respond to it that makes the difference. It's how we respond to it that makes us successful or not. It's our attitude. It's our outlook. It's everything we do. How do you respond to adversity? Because I promise you, you're going to have it in business. I can tell you something that was devastating for me. My appraisal business years ago, we built that thing up to around like a clock. We built the largest appraisal business in Georgia. We built the largest one in Utah. We were the mammoth. We were the guys at top of our industry in these states. And then the market collapsed. 2010, absolute real estate, the bubble burst, right? The bubble burst. I lost everything. Then I had friends of mine who were in the same industry, ended up taking jobs at Walmart, Kmart, working at sporting goods. They were making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And now all of a sudden I see them a few months later working at sporting goods. It was heartbreaking. It was devastating. And you could see it in their face. They were devastated. And I said, to hell with that. I'm going to build it up again. I'm going to do it again. I am not going to settle. I had gotten there and I am not going back. Period. And I found another way. And I went through obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I worked and I worked and I worked. And I found a better way. I found a different way. A way to make income without that business. I just did a different business. I had to learn it from scratch. I had to start all over again. And guess what? Government passed all sorts of different things. It was Obamacare. Obamacare and works for some, not for others, right? For me, it didn't work because I was doing medical collections at the time. Destroyed that business. That one thing destroyed that business. I could have said, oh, here we go again. And I could have went and I could have settled and I could have went and just got a regular job or whatever. But I said, nope. I'll just do it again. I'll find another way. And I did. And now what we're sitting on here at GS Partners, my mind is ready. My mind is right because I've been through those struggles. I've been through it and I never gave up. One of the best conversations I've had in my life recently was with my son. And if I tear up, I'm sorry because this means something to me. He said, Dad, you're not perfect. Nobody is. He said, but I can tell you one thing, Dad. This is my 17-year-old son. He's still trying to figure out what he's doing in life and where his path is on, like every other 17-year-old. He said, Dad, I have been watching you for years and years. You never give up. I want to be like you. That right there made it all the struggles, all the ups and downs, and all that's, success one year, not so much the next, up and down roller coaster. That made it worth it right there. What example are you leaving to your sons and daughters, your spouse, your family, your friends, yourself? What legacy are you building? Who are you influencing? And when they look at you, what do they think? What do you think when you look at you? Because you matter most. Whatever you think matters most. But if you can get there and you can get your mind right and you can get to the point that you just never give up, period, and you learn to recognize an opportunity like this, and you go out and you crush it, you work your butt off for the first year, maybe 2 years or longer, whatever it takes. You plug in to a platform like this. I've never seen anything like this, not even close to this. I've made a lot of money in different platforms, a lot. I've never seen anything like this, because this to me is a major game changer. You can come in for free. You can earn. You can earn passive on staking. You can earn legally. You can earn within compliance. We're not saying, hey, we have a smart contract somewhere off the shores of this country. You don't know who we are. You don't know anything about us, But here, come earn a couple percent a day. Only to watch your business and your downline just fall apart in 6 months because the company shut down for no reason. Well, there is a reason, because they weren't doing it compliant. The money games, they're out there. There's hundreds of them to choose from. What if you have an opportunity to attach yourself to a decentralized bank, to a company bringing in 20 huge partners in June who are a game changer, you don't look at, oh, crap, it cost me $13 to move my Bitcoin over. No, you look at, oh my gosh, remittances. I can plug into $1 trillion business called remittances, and I can help people send money around the world for free. I can be a part of that. I can help people move their cryptocurrency from here to MasterCard. That's not going to shut down on them because they're spending too much. It's not going to freeze their account because they're spending too much. They're moving too much money. I can offer solution after solution after solution. I can help you move your crypto to precious metals, stabilize everything. I can help you set up a gold savings account, a crypto savings account, short bonds, insurance. I can offer all sorts of things. More products coming in May 15th. I can offer you this, and this. Are you worried about the freaking 0.0025 Bitcoin, which Joseph said will probably be gone anyway in June? Or are you focused on the overall whole, the whole picture of what this is? There's only one or the other. You're either focused on everything, though you can see the whole picture, or you're so fixated on one or two little things that you will never, ever succeed. Ever. Because you won't let yourself. Has nothing to do with GS Partners. There will be plenty of millionaires and people make a fortune in this company. It'll happen. It will happen. And those people went through the same exact obstacles that you did. The same ones. They just responded differently. So that's why they made it and you didn't. That's it. That's the difference. It's all up here. It's up here. If we can help everybody get their mindset, get it right, get it locked in, and strengthen your mind with this platform, the sky's the limit. The sky is absolutely the limit, and we're just getting started. Get your mind right. Help your team get the mindset correct. Get their mindset right. And watch what happens. And some of us will start faster than others, and that's okay. That's okay. It is amazing how self-employment works. It is amazing how entrepreneurism works. You can make a little bit of money one day, and all of a sudden, a month later, you can be making a small fortune. It is what it is. I've seen it happen so many times. You can grind and grind and grind and grind, and all of a sudden, boom, you get one person in your team that just goes nuts. You don't know who that person. I don't know most of the people that have come in over the last. I don't know. I just meet them as they come in. But every day I'm meeting somebody else, some remarkable person who is 10 times smarter than I am. I'm not an academic. I don't have a college degree. I don't have all this fancy this and that. But I can tell you what I have. I have an unwavering spirit, and I never give up. Period. Ever. No one will ever make me give up. And that's where my mind is. And that's why I'm where I'm at right now. I want everybody to get there. You don't have to be an academic to make money in business. You don't have to. Some of the dumbest people I know are filthy rich. I know it sounds awful, right? But it's true. So the people that they have street smarts. They don't have book smarts. They can't barely read, half of them, and they have made fortunes. It doesn't matter. It's because they don't give up. But they're also some of the smartest people I know. Some of the dumbest people I know are the smartest people I know. Figure that one out, but it's the truth. Because when it comes to the right kind of smarts, as far as building success, these guys are freaking geniuses. But when it comes to reading a book, no. C-spot run, C-spot jump, that's about it. That's about all. If it's not a pop-up book with lots of pictures, they can't read the damn thing. But you know what? They're worth millions. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is what's in here and what's in your heart. How bad do you want it? How much time are you willing to put into it? How much effort are you willing to put into it? Ask yourself this question. If I become successful, how will it affect my children and their children and my grandchildren and their children? What if I could be the one in my family that resets everything? That takes my family from just paycheck to paycheck to success for generations. What if I can be that person? It can be you. It can be any of us. You can do it. It depends whether or not you do it. It's 100% up to you. We can train. We can do everything we want from where we sit, where we're at. But until you make that decision, it won't matter. It will not matter. We give tools. We give advice. We do all sorts of different things. But you've got to accept it. You've got to be open to it. You've got to be the one that says, all right, I want a change. I was not born into this freaking world to settle. And you know what? Here's the cool thing about guys I know, millionaires and billionaires, whatever. They keep going. It's so funny. You should. Why aren't they laying on a beach somewhere? Because of their mindset. Now I've made millions for myself. Now let me help other people do it. Now let me make a change. Now let me go, do charity work. Now let me go make a difference in the world. Let me make my legacy. Let me make my mark. Because that's how their mind works. They don't rest. They don't stop. They never stop. But guess what? A lot of them become extremely happy, extremely fulfilled. Our spirits, our minds, our bodies, our natural being is not meant to settle. We're not. We were not created by a God to settle. Why do you think we're here? I mean, that's a golden question, right? Why are we all here? I can promise you this, we're not here to settle. We're all created by the same being, whoever it may be, right? We all have different versions of who God is or if there is a God or if there's not, whatever. We're all from the same place, the same source. I call him God, but doesn't matter. That's me. Depends, whatever. I respect everyone. We were not created to settle. We were not created to go punch a freaking time clock and work 9 to 5 and then struggle to pay a mortgage. We're better than that, but we have to find our inner self and say, look, I can do more. I can create change, and then I have more fulfillment, and I feel like, holy crap. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that stuff. Some of the greatest people I know, my parents, absolutely love my parents to death. Their example to me was phenomenal, made me the person I am today. And they, 9 to 5, nothing wrong with that, because they've made changes in people's lives a lot of different ways. Very, very, very spiritual people. Very humble people. Love them to death. So yeah, they're amazing people. I'm not saying you have to be rich financially to make a difference. You don't. But I'm just saying, think of what you can do with success, spiritual success, monetary success, physical success, right? Being well balanced. The whole balance. They always talk about being balanced. What would it do for your family, for everything, if you had financial success? What if you can look at your child in the eye and say, you know what? My son loves me. He loves music. He can play 8 or 9 different instruments. He's 17 years old. He's writing his own music now. He can play all sorts of instruments. He can sing. He can do everything I can't do music-wise. I was not blessed with the music talent. I can listen to music, and darn it, I listen to good music. At least I think I do. But I can't pick up a guitar and just learn by ear. I can't. He can. He has this talent. But he said, well, Dad, so many musicians starve. I said, Dawson, how amazing would it be to learn how to stake cryptocurrency, to learn how to create a passive income at your age and earn enough money where you can just follow your heart and do whatever the heck you want to do. And you can follow your music career, and if you struggle for 5, 10 years, 20 years, you still make money over here, but you followed your passion and you're happy because you didn't have to settle for a job to take time, all this away from your God-given talent. And I can help my son do that. You better darn well believe I'm going to get up in the mornings early and I'm going to go to bed late at night, and I'm going to make that happen for my son. That's what I'm going to do. That kind of stuff drives me so that he can chase his dreams without being financially strapped the rest of his life. Or how longer, because I promise you that it's a lot harder to make it in music than it is to stake cryptocurrency. Right? But you can follow your dreams by freeing yourself up financially. And the one thing you cannot put a price tag on is time. You can't. You can't put a price tag. It is the middle of the morning. I'm sitting in my freaking basement doing a live. And after this, I can go to the gym if I want to. I can go do whatever the heck I want. I'm not strapped down to a 9 to 5. I don't have a 9 to 5. I utterly refuse. Utterly refuse. Why? Because I don't want to settle. I will never, ever settle. I've worked too hard for too long, and I'm not going back. I'm not going back. It's just not going to happen. And I cannot wait for the day many of us can meet. We can shake hands, hug, or whatever. Come together and say, hey, and I want to hear everybody say, I'm financially free. I'm financially free. I'm financially free. Dude, that drives me. I absolutely love that. The more people I can help become financially free, the better. Because then their families can become financially free, and it just trickles down and it trickles down and just goes and it just keeps happening. One of the proudest moments of my life, back when I was really young, I taught somebody about God. Okay, and again, whether you're religious or not, if you know what, you just have to listen regardless, because I'm religious. So I taught somebody about God, and I got a letter about 3.5 years later, thanking me up and down, and I remember reading that letter like it was yesterday. And she said, John, I want to thank you so much. And at the time she was in Illinois, and I taught her about God and da-da-da. She wrote me a letter from Texas. I had completely lost track of her. She says, John, I taught my family what you taught me, and almost all my family got baptized. All my family accepted God. All my family accepted Christ because of what you did when you taught me this 3.5, 4 years ago. And now my whole family's happier. We have fulfillment. We have this because I taught one person, and it just went throughout her entire family, spread throughout her entire family. That, to me, is what drives me. That, to me, is why I get up so early in the morning and I go to bed late at night. I don't have to put in freaking as many hours as I put into this thing. I do it because I care. I love seeing people reach their goals, and I love seeing... I've helped people throughout the years, and I've done one-on-one coaching. I've done all sorts of things. And when I help a person get there, and they finally get there, and they all ask me the same thing: how can I pay you back? John, how can I pay you back? And I look at them, and I have the same answer for everybody. I said, do you want to pay me back? I said, help somebody else, and then teach them to help the next person, and help the next person, help the next. That's how you pay me back. Pay it forward. Pay it forward, because if you change one life in your lifetime, if you change one person's life for the better, and they do that, and you create a domino effect, you will die and never know and realize the impact you had in this world. You'll never even know it until you die, and then you look down and you say, holy cow, I started this? I started this? Wow. Maybe I was better than I thought. Maybe I made more of an impact than I even thought I did. You have no idea. No clue. But you cannot change the world one person at a time until you change yourself. You can't. It can't be done. Find who you are. Find who you're meant to be. Find your success and pay it forward. And if you do that, I promise you, when you go up to the pearly gates or whatever you want to call them, and you look down on your life and you see that domino effect that you created because you bettered yourself and you paid it forward, I mean, the lives you can change. That's how you change the world. You want to change the world? Change yourself. Change yourself. Then go help one person. Go help 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5. But change yourself and help others, and you will change the world. You will make an impact, and you will never even realize how much of an impact you made. You have no clue, and that's okay. That's okay. But that's how you do it. And you teach that, and you help people understand that concept and that mindset. You will change the world one person at a time. And then that one person might go help 5 people. That 5 people might help 30 people. That 30 people might help thousands of people, millions of people. And it all started with you. How cool is that? And that's the truth. That is the absolute truth. Guys, if we're worried about little things, small things, about a fee here and there, or support here and there, or this obstacle or that obstacle, then maybe you're not ready. Go get ready. Take your day or 2 and get ready. Get your mindset right. Get it right, and come back and say, all right, I get it now, John. It clicked. I get it. Stop looking at these things down here. Look at this stuff up here. Focus on the overall goal, the entire ecosystem. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have struggles. You're going to have sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, this sucks. I want to quit. It's going to happen. Happens to every single one of us. It will happen. I promise you. I swear to God, in heaven, on earth, it will happen. It always does. You push through, you keep your mind right, and you make it happen. Period. Period. That's what you do. And you will become a better version of yourself. More and more each day you will grow. That's one thing I always challenge myself when I wake up in the morning. How can I be productive today? I want to end the day being a better person than what I woke up to. I want to make myself a little better one way or another. Spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever. I want to improve today. And by pushing myself to improve a little bit each day, I may be able to help other people do the same thing. And then I'm going to start that domino effect. That's what happens. That's what happens, guys. It's absolutely amazing what you can do. And stop selling yourself short. It drives me crazy. Don't sell yourself short. Talking about short, I'm 5'10". I'm right about average. I'm short, but I'm tall in many other ways. Right? It doesn't matter. Don't sell yourself short. I'm blind in one eye. I stutter sometimes when I talk. I slur every once in a while. I'm not an academic. I didn't grow up with money. Okay? I had freckles on my face and zits on my nose. It's just like everybody else. I had a big eye patch when I was a little kid. People would tease me relentlessly. Okay? I've been through all of that. Been there, done that. I've been poor. I've been broke. I've been down. I've been out. We all have. We all have. Doesn't matter. Good. It builds characters. Builds character. See, I didn't even say character right. I added an S at the end. See, I'm not a freaking academic. Okay? I forget things sometimes. I burn food. I do everything else that everybody else does. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Okay? I'm human just like everybody else. None of us are perfect, but I'll be damned if I don't try to better myself a little bit every day. Maybe stop swearing might be that might be the next thing I work on. Okay, I go in little spurts. Usually sometimes I can go months without doing it, but every once in a while it slips. That's something I got to work on, right? Again, I'm not perfect. But again, I will never stop trying. Ever. It doesn't matter. I can have $20 billion and I won't stop trying. It's not the money. It's not the money that drives a person. It's not the money. It's the impact. It's the impact. That's what matters. Okay? It's the impact. That's what drives me. So it gets me up in the morning every day. That the money comes. The money will come. It always does. It always does if you just keep pushing and pushing. It'll come. It's what you can do after you earn the money that is fun. That's what drives me. It's the impact you can make. It's the time you can take. It's all that additional time you can take to help other people in their life. I used to tell people, I tell my son this all the time, my sons, I say, Kevin, Dawson, listen. If you see somebody struggling down the street, you have the old widow or whatever we all have, one or two in our neighborhood. Don't give her $20. Go mow her lawn for her. Go spend your time. Go do something nice. Go give yourself your time, your effort to somebody. Go sacrifice in other ways. And how do you do that? You have to have time to do it. Go do whatever it is you need to do. But go give of yourself a little bit each day, each week, each month, whatever it might be. Whether that's helping somebody financially, whether that's helping somebody physically, spiritually, whatever. Go do it. Become a better version of you. And then learn to think outside the box. Learn to just grow as a person, as a human being. And you do that, and I swear, happiness comes and it just comes and comes. And you can be struggling in your personal life. You could be doing that. If you still take the time to help others, and you take the time to better yourself and not give up, regardless of what your struggles may be, it will all pay off in the end. Because I'm telling you right now, God himself struggled, right? Look at the life of Christ. Did he ever struggle? He ever run into hardships, hard times? Yes. Has everyone who's ever lived on the earth done it? Yes. We all have. It's called life. It's a test. We're here to be tested, to become better versions of ourselves, to learn to live, to become more like God, our Creator. We need to learn to become more like him. We have to struggle. We have to have doubts. We have to have fears. We have to have anxiety. All that has to happen for us to grow. It's how we respond to it. That's how we're going to grow and learn from it. No pointing fingers, oh, it's his fault, it's her fault. No, it's not. We signed up for this. We signed up for this test. We signed up for this business opportunity. We chose this is what we want to do, then do it. Live this life the way you want to live it. Live it on your terms. Nobody else's. Nobody else's. You think your boss gives a flying rat's at the end of the day when your shift is over or whatever it may be? You think he's thinking about you 24/7? He's thinking about his own family. He's saying, and I'm not saying he or she doesn't like you, but they have a lot of other things to worry about. They can't take control of your life and mold it. You have to do it. You have to do. One person will determine whether or not you find success or not, and that's you. You can look at thousands of opportunities, all of these different things. One person has to make that decision, and that's you. That's it. That's it. People can give you all the tools in the world. They can give you all the training. They can do whatever they can do to help you. But until you buy into it, and I want to say buy into yourself, and you stop doubting yourself, and you stop letting little things stop you from your overall goal or success, you'll never get there. Ever. I don't care what the opportunity is. Somebody could put $1 million in your lap, and if you're not ready, you'll burn through it. You won't even keep it. 65% of professional athletes go bankrupt 5 years after they retire. 65%. And then they blame it on everybody else. Not themselves. 65%. Do you know why? Because they never learned to be successful. They're great at the sport they played. They're amazing at successful in that aspect, but they didn't learn how to have success with money. They didn't learn how to keep it. They didn't learn, and then they blame it on everybody else, like it's somebody else's fault. It's nobody else's fault. It's their fault. How many people have won the lottery and gone broke? Because they never learned to handle money. They never learned to have success. They got it because they scratched a ticket and then they lost it years later. How many times has that happened? Okay, it doesn't matter. You've got to learn success. And by doing that, you got to learn to follow people who are successful and learn from them and listen to them and, just follow their example and then become that person and then teach other people how to do it all the way and just keep doing it over and over, repeating that process. And again, that's how you change people. That's how you change yourself and you change your life. But you got to learn it and you got to do what it takes to learn it. And sometimes it's a lot of work. But who cares? That's how I look at it. I can work really hard. You're going to work hard for the next 10 years anyway. Next 10 years anyway. Doing different things. What is it that's going to change where you're at now? I can say, I'm going to work my job for another 5 years, and in 5 years, I'll still have the same job. Or I'm going to work my job and do this on top of it for the next couple of years, and I'll say sayonara to that, and now also my world's wide open. I can do whatever I want. I have freedom. That's what you have to decide. You're going to work regardless. You're going to work regardless. So give up TV a little bit. Give up this, give up that, give up that. Give up TV. Who cares? What are you really giving up? Have you watched TV lately? Oh my goodness. Give up some of those extra things for a while. You're not giving up anything. You're allowing yourself more time to grow by not doing this or not doing that. Everybody has time. Everybody has time. You just have to cut some things out. You got to find the time. You've got to find the time. You got to find it, but you have to want it so bad. It's got to be burning so much in your chest and in your heart that you want it so darn bad that you're going to do whatever it takes to get there. That's why 1 to 3% of the people have success. But you can become 1 to 3%. I did. A lot of people are, 1 to 3% of people, I guess, are doing it. But again, I grew up and I could have made every excuse in the world. I've been in the 2%, 1 to 2% percentile in earnings from my state where I live. I've been there. I got there in my early to mid 20s. I've been there, and then I lost it, and then I got there again, and then I lost it again, and now I'm getting there again because of economy changes, whatever, whatever, just, market collapses. But it one thing that never changes is what it takes to get there. It's not always easy. The road's going to be bumpy. I'm telling you, it's going to be bumpy. But you know what? With this platform, what we have here, oh my goodness. This is by far and away the best platform I've ever seen. By far the best opportunity I've ever seen to create wealth from all sorts of different walks of life, from different countries, different skill sets. It's right here in front of us. So again, decide what it is you want to do today and just do it. What does Art Williams always say? Just do it. I don't have his accent. Just do it. I can't do that accent. Actually, I can. I won't say I can't because I can learn to do his accent. Just do it. I can learn it. I can learn the Southern accent. I can. Anybody could. That's what I'm saying. That's a mindset. I could learn music. I could learn to play the guitar. I could learn to play instruments like my son. I might have to work a little harder. I think he's got a gift, but I could do it, right? You can do whatever the heck you want to do. You just have to decide, hey, I can do this, and then you make it happen, right? That's the truth. We all have minds. We all have brains. We can do almost anything we want. It's just what are we willing to give up to do it? So anyway, with that, everybody, I know that was a short 30-second live. Sorry about that. But everybody have a great day, weekend. We have the training tomorrow. We're going to show you a marketing system that we ran across, we vetted, we fell in love with, the person behind it, and everything it's going to have for our team to have some great success. Not expensive, which is nice too, but very, very effective. my gosh, we've been screening them like crazy the last month and a half, and we found one we really love. So we're going to do a training on that tomorrow. Facebook ads, all sorts of different things, how you can take the leads, put them into here, and anyway, cool systems and everything. 3 weeks from now, we're going to have crazy marketing from corporate in multiple languages. It's happening. It's happening right before our eyes. So let's grab onto this. Let's not let this thing happen, or let's not let this thing fall between the cracks. And go, Joseph. A big shout out to corporate. The New Zealand thing, gone, gone, and gone. They're proving more and more every single day how legitimate this company really is. Every single day, we're learning more and more, and we're seeing more and more stuff roll out, how legitimate this really is. So say goodbye to the money game. Say see you later. You're in the rear view. Attach yourself to this vehicle right here. Drive, and find your success, because guess what? You deserve it. Everybody deserves success. Everybody. So go out and get it. Go get what I call your piece of the pie and enjoy it, and then help the next person do it. Please, please, please don't keep it all for yourself. Pay it forward. Change the world. Love you guys. We'll talk soon.